Hello everybody, and welcome back to The Shawning, in which the only thing scarier is my sleep schedule. I thought I would go back through each decade up until the 70s and pick out my personal favorite horror movies of that decade or whatever. And I thought I'd start at the 2010s because, let's be honest, that's been one heck of a ride so far, so why not just start with that mess? And it honestly was not that difficult. I just went on Wikipedia and looked at, I just looked at each year. I did not write them down, okay? I wrote down the movies. I didn't write down the years because, let's be honest, nobody cares if whatever came out in 2012. Nobody needs that information in your life, so you're welcome. Anyway, so they're in no particular order by favorite. These are just ones that I enjoy. I'll let you know which ones I like a lot. But these are just the ones that I like. Do not hate me. These are just my opinion. Everyone has them. It's okay. I mean, I didn't put a lot of B-rated movies on here or anything. Actually, I didn't put any B-rated movies on here because I wanted to put movies on here that people know about. Yep. Anyway, so starting off the list at 2010 is Insidious. I love Insidious. The main reason I love Insidious is because we all know and love that great scene. I don't know what the Darth Maul looking dude scared the crap out of me. And especially because he scared me in the daytime and I was not expecting that. Like, that's not cool, you know. Messed me up for a minute. It just caught me off guard. I watched it a couple weeks ago. I got to that scene and turned the movie off because I instantly got scared and was like, I don't want to deal with nightmares today. So yeah, Insidious is great. I actually enjoy all of those movies. That's kind of an unpopular opinion. Everybody kind of hates on it. I actually highly recommend the third one. The third one's really good and nobody talks about it, but it scared the crap out of me and my mom. So anyway, I'm rambling. The next one is Sinister. Everybody knows how great Sinister is. I do not think it is the greatest or the scariest movie of all time. That was a thing that was passed around that they were like, people studied it and said, I don't care. That's not true. That's not how that works at all. You can't just have one universal movie that just scares the crap out of everyone. Like, no. No. Anyway, Sinister is really good though. You do need to watch it. The first time I watched it, it really messed me up because it was really close to Halloween and me and my mom just stayed up super late for no reason and just decided to watch it. I hadn't heard of it, hadn't seen trailers, previews. I had just really started getting into horror and then I watched Sinister and that was rough. But again, I don't think it's the scariest movie ever made. So don't come at me for that. The next one is a personal favorite of mine, The Conjuring, the first one. Don't get me wrong, the other ones are okay. You know, everything else in the franchise or whatever, or the universe, it's fine. But the first one is a classic in my opinion. I think it is beautifully done. I'm pretty sure anybody who is a horror fan has probably seen The Conjuring, or even if you're not a horror fan, like just about everyone has watched The Conjuring. I know that 90% of the people that have come into this house have been forced to watch The Conjuring, so that's, I mean, it's a classic, so The Conjuring is awesome. And I know it's overhyped, but it's still amazing, so it's fine. The next one is definitely underrated, and that would be Split. I don't know, it was under the list for horror. I don't know if people really would consider that horror as much as it would be like a thriller or a suspense. But it was on there, so don't yell at me, yell at the internet. I really enjoy Split. James McAvoy does not get talked about enough for his work in this movie. I mean, homeboy literally played like, what was it, like 24 different personalities or something. I mean, I know I can nail down like 4, but I'm not normally acting with that. But anyway, I'm just kidding. Not really. James McAvoy is awesome. He definitely should have gotten an award for this. Split is amazing. If you have not watched Split because you don't think it's scary, that's fine. You need to watch it anyway, just for the pure fact that the acting is gold in this movie. But yeah, I have very high praises for Split, so that definitely is on the top 10. The next one is kind of an odd one, because the reason it's on here is because it's a sequel. I was not a fan of the original Annabelle at all. It was just really bland. I don't know what about that movie just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know if it's just because I liked The Conjuring so much and then I watched Annabelle and I was just like, ew, this is disgusting. Anyway, Annabelle Creation, however, was really, really good. And that's odd because I wasn't expecting to like the sequel better than the first. That being said, Annabelle Creation actually scared me, which was good because I hadn't watched any movies up to that point that had really, you know, scared me or anything like that. I was just in a dry spell. Watched Annabelle Creation because my best friend forced me to, pretty much. He was like, you need to watch it. And I was like, alright, bet. Watched it, loved it, so I recommend it. I know a lot of people hate on the whole Annabelle franchise, and I definitely understand why it is annoying that they decided to expand so rapidly in this Conjuring universe, because it has, ooh, sorry about that. It has made the sequels or the following films watered down and bland, like The Nun. Ew. Anyway, so Annabelle Creation's good. Nun is not good. The next one is definitely Get Out. Jordan Peele. Get Out. That movie is awesome. I don't care what anybody says about Get Out or Us. I did not put Us on the list because I didn't want to have two of the same. I was trying to mix it up, you know, because I am not doing no top 50, okay? It's not happening. So, we sticking with 10, so we're not doing repeats, okay? So, we have Get Out. Really enjoy that film. It makes a really powerful statement, and it's also got horror incorporated into that, and it was beautifully done. And I used the word beautifully on purpose because the score, the vision, everything about it was awesome. And I am definitely excited to see Jordan Peele and his creation with Candyman. I am extremely excited. So definitely we'll be talking about that when that comes out. But anyway, for now, we can just appreciate Get Out because that movie is wonderful. Next one is It. Now, I just put 1 and 2 together because it's the same story, and yeah, it's the same story. You can't even get mad. And it's my list anyway. It was a really good movie. It lived up to the hype, and I really, really think that it rejuvenated horror for us a little bit. And the reason I say that is because, I mean, it rocked the box office, folks, okay? We unleashed our own clown, alright? Step out of the way, Joker. That's right, we had our own. So, and I was also super excited to see, you know, a revival of a Stephen King renaissance, which was kind of nice because I love Stephen King, except now it makes me look like a bandwagon, and that kind of ticks me off because I liked Stephen King before all this stuff happened, so that's just that. But anyway, it is amazing. I know it's overhyped at this point because it's been years, and I understand that, okay, it's kind of slow down. Let's talk about other things, you know. But I get it, so that's fine. Speaking of overhyped and overtalked about, the next one on the list, even though I enjoy it, very also can be an unpopular opinion. I don't care. Halloween. The reason I say Halloween is because A, I love slashers. B, we don't get slashers. And C, it's Michael Myers. And this is the closest thing we were going to get to the original. And I think they lived up to it. I mean, it's not that bad, people. Stop complaining about everything. It's okay. It's fine. I really enjoy it. I think the score is awesome. And he is brutal. And by he, I mean Michael Myers. Brutal. We got to see Jamie Lee Curtis back. So I really don't know why people were upset. Don't get me wrong. I love the original sequel. That is still my favorite. But this movie is not bad. So quit hating on it. The next one, also kind of underrated in my opinion, we have A Quiet Place. Now, the reason I say A Quiet Place is because I appreciate the fact so much, the dedication that it took to make this film. They have no dialogue, really. That's insane. To have silence just... But, again, if you know how to use it, you can make art, and that's what they did. So, John Krasinski, A+. A Quiet Place was great. I'm very excited for the sequel. Gonna be honest, I'm also kind of scared for the sequel because sequels usually don't do good with me, except for Annabelle Creation and Pet Sematary 2, which that's an odd one. That'll be a video for another day. And the last one on this list, which I don't know, this one, again, also an unpopular opinion. I am a big Stephen King fan, so a tad biased, and by a tad I mean a whole lot. Dr. Sleep. Ewan McGregor is awesome, and he's Obi-Wan Kenobi, so you can't even say anything mean because nobody insults Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's the sequel to The Shining. The only downfall of this movie is they waited so long, and I understand that there was the book and all that. They could have found a way to, I don't know, make it a mini-series or something. Maybe that would have been cool. Maybe to give a little more backstory, make it fresh, a little more time. Anyway, Dr. Sleep was still amazing. I really enjoy Rose the Hat. She's an amazing villain. Yeah, I just said the word villain. I guess you can use villain. Yeah. You're not just bad guy. So we'll say villain. Rose the Hat, she's awesome. Dr. Sleep is a really cool sequel to The Shining. The reason that it's, in my opinion, cooler than what most people think is because it also had a lot of work put behind it. They had to go back and fix the things that were messed up in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining that were not true to the book. And of course, we all know Stephen King is not a fan at all of Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Hence as to why it says Stanley Kubrick and not Stephen King. So this has Dr. King, good lord. This has Stephen King behind it. So they had to go back. Mike Flanagan, who also did Gerald's Game, had to go back and kind of incorporate parts that they messed up. So this movie needs a little more appreciation than it gets. I think that the recreated scenes that they did from The Shining with new actors, I think they did a great job. I mean, nobody's going to be able to replicate Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall. We can all give credit to Stanley Kubrick for that. But Dr. Sleep, if you haven't watched it, please do. And be open-minded. Also, yeah, that's it. Just watch Dr. Sleep. It's really good. And nobody talks about it. And then when they do, it's bad. And it's okay. So watch Dr. Sleep. That is the top 10 movies of the 2010s. We'll do an honorable mention for 2020 since that was like a whack of a year. I'm gonna say The Invisible Man. That movie gave me serious anxiety, so I also did a video on that, so check that out. The Invisible Man for 2020, but that's just like a extra honorable mention because it just started. And I will continue and go back. The next one will be the 2000s, and then we'll do the 90s, 80s, and 70s if I can watch a couple more movies from the 70s, because I don't know if I've seen them. Maybe we'll have to do 5 for that one. So yeah, I will be on vacation next week, so I will be recording. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and if you're watching the end part of this video, just thought I'd let you know, check out my Instagram because you'll see some of my art. I'm actually going to be doing random giveaways. It'll be like random. I'll ask a question. Y'all will just comment and answer. I'll pick a random person. I'll get you to message me your address and I will just send you art. So I'm going to start doing that soon. I have to go get some supplies and yeah. So thank you for supporting and for watching. I will see you all soon. Keep watching scary movies, so that way I can have something to keep talking about, because let's be honest, I don't have any other hobbies, so that would be nice. Y'all keep it creepy and stay safe.